Good morning, folks. It's 9:06 a.m. on the 5th day, 10th month, 2022. And now I'm going to do your eyes weather update and show you the current geoengineering conditions causing the storms you're having. This is, to me, causation. hmm So, here, as has been going on for the last day, the thunder and lightning continuing over through Berkeley now as it heads over toward the rest of the coast. As these radars begin to become less influential, this will flow out toward the sea, and you're going to get inundated with water. As some of these falls that you're going to see are going to be between, I think to see 2 or 3 centimeters of water fall in some of these towns quite quickly is quite possible. The falls of these rains is very heavy. It's 8 mil in 3 hours in some of these storms if they were to stay in place for that long. And that's why I said you get to see 2 centimeters of water, 1.5 in some of these spots falling is not going to surprise me at all. About let's say if that's 1 o'clock, it's about 30 hours from now as this begins to impact Melbourne and that with this very, very heavy rains. Very, very, very heavy. And that's when the snows will start to kick off in the mountains too. Right? There's supposed to be some new snow going on there. So you'll be expecting it. Travel conditions are going to be very, very hazardous. Yeah, I don't want to hear stupid going on. Yeah, these coast roads are going to be lethal during some of these conditions because of the winds, because of the tides, because of the geoengineering, because the boom and the plumes. All right, ruining your day. Yep, and as the conditions are perfect for these to continually kick off at any time because the cold air and the warm moist air have come down. I'll look at the temperatures here of what's setting a lot of this up. This is heated troughs. They're going to be hellacious flows, and it's what's allowed that moisture to come down. And that temperature of 10 right there, hitting these temperatures of 20s, recipe for disaster. Even naturally, that would automatically fuel storms. But when you start adding the chemical catalyst to the situation, things are going to get worse. Much, much worse. Look how this is going north against the flow. Something is being propelled. Right? This, for all intents and purposes, should be going down this direction, but it's backfilling, as we call it, making sure this gets its chem. That's on the high deck. Got a square on the low deck. This is nonsensical. Right? Doesn't make sense. Other than if you add geoengineering to it, suddenly it is sensible. Right? It's sensible. Yeah, it makes sense. So I'm going to turn out some of the town names. Let's see what's going on here. Whoa. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, those are chemtrails. Staying in place. Boy, those must have spread out and taken all day. Anybody living around here want to show me that? Have a look up. They got some microwaves on the high deck, chem on the low deck. They'll take the high deck, the planes take the low decks. Intoxication will happen for all the... Oh my God, in the true of my sunshine, will she ever be seen again? Yes, because this is going to get stopped at some point. It has to, because we're going to demand it, aren't we? As humane beings on this planet, we demand the stopping of the bombastic behavior of this chem bombing of the skies done by private interest groups. It clearly says it's being done by philanthropists. Well, if being a philanthropist means ruining the planet, that's taking the piss. And well, these chem bombs are proof right here of the biggest piss take you ever seen as this fuels the storms that's coming in today. Right? That's influencing you guys today with heavy torrential downpour. All this is slated to come right over the top of Sydney. And while it's difficult to see what's going on, isn't it? So sometimes you have to switch. I'm going to do that one. Infrared. Zzz. So you see the bombs a bit better now, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's those glowy tops on those. Up higher than that one. It's colder. 90 below zero. 90 below. All right. What kind of ice crystals are those? Because it's not a solid lump. It's moving. Right? If that was a solid lump, that thing would fall down and be big as a town. Hi, crikey, the sky is falling, said Chicken Little. Well, you know what? Don't be a little chicken. Speak up when things are going on. Look at the microwave evidence here as I'm just see if we can get this to roll. Roll. Now let's have another look at this deployment of chemical catalysts. You know, chemtrails. Yep, chemtrails. Say it. You can say this word. Chemical trail in your sky. Okay, causing weather. It's 9/11 down here. Woo! Speaking of 9/11, do you realize that jet fuel cannot melt steel beams, right? You also realize you should look up hashtag exposed to 2080. No, I don't get paid to say that. I give a fuck. That's why I say it. Right. And speaking of which, over here's where there'll be assemblages every day at Gate B of the government house. And you're getting chem bombed. Sorry, Ruby, you've been chem bombed. They came and took away your sunny skies. And this one says, fuck it, man, I'm going to go north a little bit. Hey, let's go up here. Hi. Have it. Some of the weather plane says, no, I'm a little too far south. Let's make sure we get some over here. Make sure we get some over here. I'm going to just hold the cursor there. I'm going to hold myself from cursing. Yes, have it. Bomb, 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 bomb again. And over here, you microwave. Bzzz, getting fried. Western Australia style. Have some barbecue. Fry again. And oh, you got a big streamer of chem going all the way across the corner of your country. Total bombastic behavior. Absolutely criminal. So let's see what we got here. Zoom in. A moment of clarity occur. It should come in now. Bomb. Chem bomb. A place called Crush. I'm getting crushed just seeing this. Kalgoorlie. That sounds like a place that Dracula lived. Ghoulie. Yeah. The coolies of Ghoulie. Esperits. Oh yeah, frying the hell out of people. Salmon gums should be done. The Norseman. I'd like to know about that one. Why was that place called the Norseman? Was there a guy there that acted like a Viking? Good on him. I'm very curious. I gotta know. How did the town Norseman, Australia, get its name? I gotta know. Let's see. It's when the gold was discovered in 1892. It was known as Dundas Field. A dunny. Is that like a toilet? And the town which sprang up was called Dundas. By 1894, it was known as Norseman and had reputedly been named after a horse, Hardy Norseman, owned by a prospector, Laurie Sinclair. Well, there we have it, folks. This is how you find out information. Isn't that cool to know? This name is named after a horse. Alrighty then. Wasn't that good to know? You never know what you're going to find out on my show, and today you now know why it's called Norseman. Because of a horse. Well, they should name a place called Red Dog then. You changed the name of Dampier to Red Dog. God, what a movie, huh? Right. Right, this is circulating a bit, so this is going to come off with a few spinners. I imagine some very heavy downpours are going to hit the entrance. Look at that cell right there. It's going to bear watching. So yeah, it's renucleating back into it here. You see it's climbing toward it. That's going to become a line of heavy storms. What's the radar saying? All right, we'll do a live look at this. Oh, man. Bzzzt. Pow. Chem bomb madness. That's like where they put that chem down. It's just flaring into instantaneous thunderstorm. Hi. Freeze-dried thunderstorm. Just add liquid chem. Yeah, no shit. Storms in a can. Literally. Yeah, very heavy storms over Burwana. Again. Burke. Again. See as the cells come through? Got a lot on the back edge of this as it's hitting an influence of a radar beam of some kind. You see the rays pointing toward this direction right around here. Maury's blasting. Look. Maury's frying. Getting fried Maury style. See it? See the radar rays from the center? So Maury is actively beaming this storm, geoengineering this storm, adding fuel and dynamics in the form of frequency. Microwave frequencies, pulsations, pulsing. Hey, pulsing can have some great effects in the world, can't it? It can. Enough pulsations on a wet ground, you can bring a house down. Liquefaction. Well, I mean, here there have been a lot of settling problems. Settling, as in things settling, houses and stuff. Subsidence. Since all the grounds is so wet, and you've been having all these little earthquakes, rumbling things, and I'm very concerned about that, actually. As any of the houses down the Melbourne way designed to handle earthquakes, because you're getting them now that they've turned down the accelerator. Yeah, that synchrotron down there. Oh, look at the look at the circle over Canberra. It's just a microwave signature, just in one spot. Jeez. So let's look with the bombasticness. What did they do? That's down here. Total whiteout. You can see it. Nothing to see here, folks. It's not showing up as that there. But when it shows up here on what the visible view was, you see it. See it on the radar. So they're nucleating a storm underneath that big mass of crap. And this is going to hit the gong area. This is where your wetness is starting to arrive. And boy, have you got some totals coming. So, yes, it's running good. Morayfield, no rain yet. That's nice to hear. New Zealand, how you looking? I don't know. We'll concentrate on this first. You asked Nigel Gray, the guy that threw me under the bus when I was there, right? Called police and stuff that said I was winding people up with earthquake stuff, right? You asked him for your weather forecast. I'll never forget the bullying I got from you guys. And that was mean. Yeah, actually called the cops on me. Before a talk. Uh-huh. Yeah, I passed your test, because I'm a good boy. I ain't got the criminal record. I wonder if Nigel Gray could say the same thing. Yeah, when I went to confront him, actually, in New Zealand about him throwing me under the bus, when I was in Auckland, he decided not to play that show at that cafe that night that he was going to do. Because I made it known I was coming. Yeah, I was going to have a word with him. I was going to film it. I didn't want to do it in front of his church of Scientology, because I'm not going to blame the church for the way he acted. I mean, if anything, he needs serious chastising for what he did, repenting and atonement. Because yesterday was Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Well, we're still here. I still see our oppressors geoengineering the world, so there's been no atonement as far as I can see, and that's as big a looking geostorm as I've ever seen. It's just a circle going on. This is getting fried. Chemtrail styles. It was literally bad over the Carpentaria area today. This is how they're protecting the indigenous in Australia. They're frying them with microwaves. The captain is cooking the indigenous of Australia again. Boom, 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 boom went the plumes over here in the Carpentaria area, and then it went all the way out here over the top of our whales and our Great Barrier Reef here. This is the Great Barrier Reef. A nice clear image today, other than where the brushstrokes came along and said, that's just a little too clear. It's too clear. Too clear. Well, you know what's very clear to me? Is that a whole lot of you people really care about the world. And it gives me great, what's the word I'm looking for? Heartening. It makes my heart feel good to know I'm not alone. Look at the string here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got a square over here. This is chem bomb deployment. Something has come along and deployed something in the sky. What's this? A Mercedes-Benz logo? This is a chem bomb that's been deployed over the ocean, right? Over the ocean, across from Townsville. If the wind's blowing this way, it's going to settle this way. You guys are absolutely getting blasted. I guess that radar up on the hill over Gladstone's operating. Excuse me. It's that bomb there. Over the top of the microwaves. They got the chemical bombastic kicking our asses. And it's time for self-defense to kick some asses. Really? We gotta fight back. This is a chemical attack across the entire planet, and we're taking it. We're taking the punishment that we did not earn. We're being killed, and we've done nothing wrong. This is a death sentence. This is a slow kill. Very slow kill. The toxifying kill, the one that makes the pharmaceutical companies a lot of money. Why does a hospital have to make money? Can't it just break even? Why does it have to be a corporate thing? I'm pointing at 4 bombs here to blow it out of spot in that cloud. Pull up your NASA worldview and log. Look at the geometric shape to this. They dropped a big old marshmallow bar down, whammo, and the bomb's in the middle of the bay. You see them right here, the geometric formation again. There's the Southern Cross. Yeah, and even the one gap in the cloud I can find out here, it's chemdall to shit. Look at the different color of this mix versus this mix. Look at the square here of microwave scalar energy put in place that's got bombs over the top of it. Go walk. Look at this line of shit that went across the ocean here, headed toward Tasmania. These are chemtrails over Tassie. Chemtrails. Chemtrail mania across the entire world. It's got to cease. This is what's changing the climate. This is the climate change being caused by philanthropists who had want trillions of dollars. That ain't a philanthropist. That's a flim-flam artist. That's a carpetbagger. That's a run him out of town on a rail kind of guy. That's a grifter. Bill Gates is a grifter. Fauci is a grifter. Most of your politicians, grifters, because they're making laws and passing measures that you have to follow that take product that they have a vested interest in. If that isn't the wrong, then, well, I don't want to be right. Yeah, really. If that's what the new right is. Nice to see New Caledonia and its beautiful reef area all around it, which is being destroyed by the acids in the sky that are falling out. Sulfuric acid on a reef does not make it go well. My God. It's square over the top here. I mean, is it any more obvious that the chemtrails here are the lines of the storms? The ones I showed yesterday or where it rained yesterday. This microwave haze here is going to push that on. Onward it'll go, fold it around. What the hell's going out of here in the great Australian bight? See the bombs? Bomb, 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 bombed again. Bomb, 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 bombed again. Bomb, 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 bombed your ear. They did. You can't hide from the sky. You can't. You can't hide from it. Okay, New Zealand, I didn't forget what you just... I saw your comment. Jeez, that's nasty. That's nasty. Nasty plums. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 plums. Oh, you nasty skies. That's a nasty looking sky. Square, square, square. Bomb with a chemtrail. Square, bomb with a chemtrail. Bomb, bomb, bomb over there. Microwave running you down here like old tire tread. Bzzz, getting fried, Hamilton style. Palmerston North, big old chem bomb went off over here, and it took a left turn. Hey, let's just go over here. That is geoengineering cut and dry. Open up your eyes. Or you can nearly lay a corner of a house off that one. Well, or maybe it triggers something that takes the corner off your house. They're going to pop that pimple. They keep squeezing it with microwaves. This volcano zone over here, something's going to give. Something's going to steam. And again, if White Island don't go soon, I'm going to be very concerned. Look at all these microwaves around here. You think that ain't going to increase the earthquake risk for this Kaikoura area? You're fooling yourself. You are. You're fooling yourself. You think that doesn't affect earthquakes. And again, this area here is ripe for it. Absolutely ripe as these storms pop the top of this island here and cock die. You'll get a little tickle here for sure. But when it moves over is when the bigger one will hit. I never use the word, it's the big one. That's some of Nigel Gray's wind-up juice. Yeah, I'm calling you out again. I'll never forget you called the police and military intelligence on me while I'm traveling the world to talk about chemtrails. This dude threw me under the bus. And another person tried to call the cops on me because I didn't do what they asked. That Carolyn Lee person. What a scumbag. You won't wonder why I cussed him out? Yeah, don't trust that person. That's an infiltrator. Look at this here. Boom, 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 boom. Plumes over the top of these islands. We've got to confront it. It's everywhere. Now I'm going away from Australia now. I want to make a point. The Philippines. Bombed. Vietnam. Attacked. You should have seen it the other day. Oh my God. Just totally fried out. They got absolutely geostormed. All this chem over the top of their country. Chemtrail, Cam Ranh, Queen Yan, Vietnam. Wasn't it bad enough that all the landmines that the troops left behind through all the years through Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos? That we got to do this to them now? Treating them like a bunch of lice? Delousing the entire world? This is unacceptable. We should never, ever, ever allow human nature to have ruling over Mother Nature. Because human nature, far too often, is a bottom line of money. Money that means nothing to this planet. They took a rock from here, put a value on it, and they said you should have it to buy something that grows from over here. Well, you know what? This is all of us. This is our mother that we are allowed to live on. Allowed. How are we doing there? Increment date. This is the last complete family picture we had. Square storm here, square farm there, squares. What in the hell kind of oval looking thing is this? The storm going over Europe, got big flat edges all on it. This is all geoengineered weather over the top of our world. Natural weather is gone. Only thing that can be done now is reproduce the conditions that natural weather would have occurred in. And well, natural weather is far too often underlooked, right? Over the next 24 hours, some very heavy falls through here, 2 to 3 centimeters. Like I said, some places 4 to 5. You know, like some through here could easily see 5. And as the day moves on of the 3-day, don't give me a good stat. I want icon over 2 days. It's just a continual parking of this event over the top here. This is not over. And then right behind it, you got a big one coming. Something wicked your way comes. That's coming. Told you I was watching it. There was 70 centimeters in that the other day when I looked. This filament here is carrying a lot, and it's headed to New Zealand. Most of it down this way here. Some will be slung up as a cyclone comes across. When the flow comes through, things spin, right? And up and over it goes. That's your 5-day, according to them. Excess is I'm pretty much in agreement with this swath here with totals of up to 5. Some of these here is going to see 7 and 8. And I'll tell you more closer to the date. Yeah, there's 10 centimeters. There's 11 centimeters of precip there over a 5-day period. So you're calling out 3 and 4 today on a lot of these cells is a very accurate estimate. So we will be vigilant. This is a lot, I told you. And there's more coming. Much more coming. And over this one event, you're looking at totals of this over the entire event. And this is fairly accurate. 3 days of formal rains is going to give you 12 no matter what. So no matter what, you're getting 12 centimeters of rain through this swath. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys don't get 20. Not going to be surprised at all, especially down around here. So be ready for over 15 centimeters of rain to fall here within the next 4 days. Yep. I know it says 5 here, but I'm doing my own determinants. Okay, and with that said, you guys keep yourselves safe. You have no choice but to keep yourselves safe, because if you don't keep yourself safe, no one else will. And well, nothing's safe. Let's be honest. So keep yourself happy. Keep yourself relaxed. Do not panic over these weather reports. Just be prepared. I know we're tired of it. I'm damn sure tired of giving 6 months of forecasts like this. It was 6 months ago, nearly today, that I issued my first warning for Lismore that I seen something was coming. Go look through my past videos. You'll see them there. Right? I gave plenty of warning on that. And I'm giving plenty of warning now, okay? Alright, big love, people. Keep safe. Peace.